There once was a stock that put to sea. The name of the stock was GME. The price blew up and the shorts dipped down. Hold my bully boys, hold. Soon may the tendy man come to send a rocket into the sun. One day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and go.
What's up, guys? I'm back like I never left. In this video, we're going to be talking about AMC, Gamestop. What is the short-term price target for these companies? I'm also going to be going over exactly what Ark Invest is doing at this point in this market condition. I'm also going to be talking about, are we going to have a stock market pull back to the downside in spite of what's happening right now in the overall stock market? So I'm going to cover all this important information coming up. Now, before we get into the video, I appreciate if you can hit the like button. If you have any questions, any comments, make sure you drop it in the comment section below. And shout out to all the more than 10,000 people that turn on notification. And if you're also not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe, turn on notification so you get notified when I post videos like this. That will make you stay up to date of what's going on in the overall stock market. So as you can see over here, we have the stock market been selling off to the downside. There's been a lot of selling pressure that's coming in. So we have these big tech companies that also reported earnings like Microsoft, Apple, Facebook, Tesla. Tesla been selling off to the downside. It went below $800. But these overall earnings reports, this massive selling off that's happening is overshadowed by what's happening to GameStop stock. So later on, I'm going to be covering if this GameStop price fluctuations could have potentially contributed to the sell-off that we're experiencing right now. So as you can see over here, we have GameStop short sellers are nearly down more than $20 billion in losses this month. So that is a significant amount of money, and we actually saw a decrease in amount of short sellers that's holding a short position in GameStop. As of Thursday, unfortunately, when they actually did a crazy manipulation by blocking everybody to buy GameStop, AMC, and other major companies that are being short squeezed, these hedge funds were allowed to cover their position. So what happens is that they lowered the price all the way down to $112, $125, while the stock, when initially it was a pre-market, it was trading at close to $500. So they literally gave themselves an opportunity to buy the shares at a huge discount at approximately $125. They buy it and they cover their short positions. And unfortunately, there are people that the retail investors are holding their shares. They're not able to participate. They only gave them the opportunity to sell to contribute to the stock to go to the downside. So that is really, really messed up manipulation that's been going on. That's happening right now. But when you look at exactly the short positions of this company, it went down from 140% short position all the way down to close to 110 to 115%. So they covered a lot of their positions. So they saved billions and billions of dollars. So when you look at that, they knew exactly what they were doing. They're either going to lose billions of dollars, or they're just going to straight up do this crazy manipulation and just pay the fines. Even if they get lawsuits, with SEC or the other brokers, even if they get sued, they can only be sued maybe $100 million, even if that kind of happens, but they saved billions of dollars by doing this crazy manipulations. But we're going to be talking about what is causing this huge drastic drop. So when you're talking about this hedge funds that they're over leveraged and they lost more than $20 billion, the way they manage their funds is that they have a long positions, which basically means that they're going to be making money if they buy a stock and it goes up, and they also have a short position. So basically that means they're going to be making money if the stock goes to the downside. So what's happening is that these hedge funds, they have a balanced out long and short positions. And hedge funds, let's say if they have $1 billion to $5 billion, they're able to leverage that up to 5 to 10 times. So that is going to significantly increase their buying power. So let's say you have $2 billion and you get a line of credit to leverage that up to 10 times. Now you have $20 billion that at your disposal to open up positions. And that is going to expose you a lot of risk, So the same thing can happen to retail investors. Let's say you're having a Robinhood account or a Webull account and you have $2,000, and the broker is going to allow you to have 1 to 2. Basically, if you have $2,000, they're going to double that for you, and you're going to use up to $4,000 to buy or to short companies. So that's exactly what's been happening to these companies. They're over leveraged, and if one of their positions is getting affected significantly, they have to close out of the majority of their profitable positions to basically balance it out, because they have to cover a significant amount of money. So another important thing that you want to be also looking out for, why these companies can potentially affect the overall stock market, is that they are going to scare other hedge funds, right? Other hedge funds are expecting, okay, these people are liquidating, so they're going to pause their buying, right? So they're expecting to buy into these companies when they're dipping, but when they know that there's a lot of selling pressure in spite of what's going on with GameStop, these hedge funds are closing out of their profitable positions, right? They're closing out maybe on their Tesla or their Apple or their, this huge, Netflix positions. If they're closing it out, there's going to be a selling pressure. So if you're buying it, you can either wait to buy it, or you can actually just buy in right now and get crushed with them, because they're selling billions and billions of dollars of these companies. So that's exactly what Ark Invest has been doing right now. They're not been buying any of these companies. Ark Invest is actually active. They buy a lot of these companies, especially when we have a very strong, solid sell-off that's happening consecutively. So they're holding back, so there's not a lot of outflows that is going on with Ark Invest. They're not buying, so they just paused it right now. And also we have, their main position, which is Tesla, is down, minus 5%. It went all the way down from, it was trading close to $900, and after they announced their earnings, now it's trading below $800. So it was expected, even though Tesla does not report good earnings, even if they beat their earnings reports and everything was perfect, for the past consecutive earnings reports, Tesla has been selling off to the downside. So that is why, Ark Invest is not doing that much for the past few days. The market volatility has been increasing, and the GameStop action is just getting started, because when these hedge funds are actually covering their positions, and other hedge funds are looking at the opportunity to get involved in it again. So that's why you're still seeing that, even though a small portion of them covered, still the short of these companies more than 100%, close to 110% of the float of these companies is shorted. So let's talk about exactly what can happen for this specific company on Monday. So when you look at GameStop on Friday, closed above $320. We're looking at $325, and after hours is down 4%. But I believe for Monday, we're going to have a major gap up in the stock. So we might expect the stock to close in into $400 and be trading above $400. The same thing can happen to AMC stock. AMC stock is trading at $13.26. After hours, it's up 20 cents. And I believe also for AMC stock, we're going to have a gap up on Monday, a gap up on Monday. So we might have the stock go up, 15 to 20%. It can gap up to 15 to 20%, close to $16 to $18 area. So that's exactly what we expect in the short term, because there's a lot of still bent shorts that are holding this specific companies. And as I mentioned, the majority of these companies, the majority of the hedge funds, they hold multiple long and short positions, and they are getting crushed on the short side. And the short side positions, they have unlimited risk, so they have to manage it. So the majority of the companies that are being shorted are rising up to the upside. So they're experiencing not only a short squeeze on GameStop, but they're experiencing a short squeeze, even Workhorse that have 30% short interest, right? They have, let's say for Virgin Galactic, they have more than 30% short positions, so all of the shorts are getting squeezed. Their positions are getting liquidated. They're getting margin call, etc. So that is going to be a huge thing that's going to potentially happen in the next few days. So be on the lookout for that. But we have people also that's been making a lot of money. So we have articles coming out like this, like a 10-year-old GameStop investor cashed in his return over 5,000%. So this kid basically had a gift from his parents or his relatives that they gave him $60. They bought $60 worth of GameStop stock, and he made $3,200. So that's fantastic. So I know the majority of the people that are holding GameStop, as they diamond handing it, they're definitely holding this specific company to short out, to close out these shorts, to battle these hedge funds, and to eventually made GameStop to go higher and higher to potentially go to $1,000. So a few days ago, we talked about this company had a recipe to go to $1,000. Unfortunately, they came out of nowhere and they pulled out this nonsense, manipulative thing that they did, and the stock dropped. But still, we still have potential to go to $500 because Volkswagen at that time, a few decades ago, like a decade ago, and Experience, went all the way to $1,000, and the amount of shares that was shorted was not even 100%. But we have GameStop, which is shorted more than 100%. So it's still, this company definitely has the ability to go to $1,000. A few days ago, it hit $500 before they pulled, this huge manipulative move that they did. But we still have to watch. We still have to hope that people are still going to diamond hold their positions so they can get squeezed out. They're not backing down. They're basically switching themselves. This hedge fund gets beaten down, another hedge fund is going to come. So it's just going to be a battle that's going on, and who's going to outlast who. So be on the lookout for that. But if you have any questions, any comments, make sure to drop in the comment section below. And if you want to ditch out, Robinhood, it's really disappointing. You want to check out Webull, there's going to be a link in the description box below or in the comment section so you can check it out. And Robinhood really disappointed a lot of people, unfortunately. So we'll see what's going to happen for the next week coming up. But be on the lookout. Market volatility is definitely increasing. So but I catch you guys on another video tomorrow. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you have a solid, weekend. Make sure you do a lot of research about this specific company. I've been looking at fake news coming out saying that, Ark Invest, but price target for GameStop is $4,000. Now that is totally fake news, so just make sure you also do more research. Don't get thrilled by these kind of articles that come out, start to pump GameStop stocks. So be super careful. But I catch you guys on another video. Have a wonderful weekend.